Now, the Media Council of Kenya is set to recall all accreditation cards in a bid to contain fraudsters posing as journalists. The council now says it will issue new press cards with additional features that will make it easy to authenticate the card using any smartphone. Accreditation helps journalists to access information by allowing participation in conferences, workshops, trainings, and other gatherings. It also helps the protection of the rights and privileges of journalists in performing their duties. The MCK met with several stakeholders on Friday to formulate strategies to counter the rise of fraudsters posing as a journalist. Alice Diana tells us more.
Following the escalation of fraudsters masquerading as journalists and media practitioners who get access to events to extort and harass people, the Media Council of Kenya (MCK) has announced that it will recall all media accreditation cards to contain fraudsters.
For us to be able to verify whether this
MCK's announcement came after the council held a meeting with media industry stakeholders on Friday, where they deliberated and agreed on practical measures to enhance professionalism and to deal with the rising cases of fraudsters posing as journalists.
The groups that invite media to events, and we're going to be embedding them with PRSK members largely. We know you need to show that you have worked and then you invite people. Please don't just invite people so that you please your host.
I think this one we can do in Nairobi very quickly, as we also then mobilize our regional coordinators in Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, to have, in a day you can meet 10 hotel owners. I mean, these are hotels where we do meetings every day. So that then we see how the issue of the Macharia guide was mentioning about outreach and empowering sources also not to become prey easily to the number of cameras instead of the quality of the work that's being done. So I think this will be quick things that will be done.
The fraudsters will often reveal these fake IDs when covering events, often without raising eyebrows, until they are insensitive news events. Most would falsely identify themselves with other media houses and get away with it until a hawk-eyed security agent inquires further. While highlighting the issue, local online publication The Times said, and I quote, "Whenever there is a press conference in town, they are fond of storming the venue of the conference, pretend to be writing notes, and immediately after the press conference, they will follow the newsmakers and demand for money. They have perfected the extortion trade in functions to an extent they have the audacity to tell the organizers of press conferences and media functions that it is their right to be facilitated after every press conference. We are yet to establish where in journalism school was that taught." It goes on to explain that they work in groups of 5 to 10. Whenever they identify their target for extortion, mostly politicians, cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, any high-ranking government officials or any leader, and many more, they walk to the target, introduce themselves that they are from leading media houses in town, lie that they will publish the story on the front pages of the dailies the following day, demand for cash, failure to which they threaten not to publish the story. After receiving the cash, they disappear from the venue and hop to the next function to continue with their uncouth behavior in town. The online publication is warning that the said quacks have become bolder by day and will get physical at slightest provocation. Many are times they have literally scrambled for gift hampers at many functions to the amazement of event organizers, who many think that bona fide journalists behave as such, but they know some boundaries. They are not stupid to walk to some functions where they know they will be kicked out or arrested.
Do get accreditation after.
While the Media Council did not reveal the extent of the damage caused by the masqueraders, the council revealed that it will now issue new cards that have additional security features, including a barcode and QR code that can be scanned using any smartphone.
We are going to be cancelling and recalling all MCK cards in the market. We will issue new ones with a new design and new security features, including a QR code and a barcode.
The following cadre of people, according to MCK, are eligible for accreditation: journalists working in media enterprises, freelance journalists, foreign journalists, students pursuing media journalism and communication studies, public relations practitioners, advertising companies, and media trainers.
Accreditation must support that we support the regulations and policies for streamlining the industry. That is what we have been championing for all along, that the industry needs to be streamlined.
All journalists seeking accreditation by the MCK are required to provide a letter from their employer, an original degree or diploma certificate in communication from a recognized institution. Meanwhile, players in the media industry say MCK should, in addition, run awareness campaigns to educate news sources who include politicians, corporates, churches, government departments, development agencies, PR agencies, and the public that journalists are not paid to cover events.
We can empower the journalists who are covering.
Reporting for Hope TV News Watch, I'm Alice Diana.